Hello everyone, this is Kuroshido. Now then, let's get straight into the video, shall we? Today is basically be all about the new survivor persona, so that's what we're gonna do right now, right here, this moment. Now then, first and foremost, Brewing Effect. I think this is the persona that everyone is looking forward to the most. Let's just read the description first. Brewing Effect is a passive trait. Once the accelerated decoding phase begins, survivors who are not decoding will receive a 1% decoding speed boost for every second up to 10%. This effect will be removed once they begin decoding for more than 10 seconds or stop decoding. So what does this basically mean for us? It means if you are not decoding for every 1 second you're not on the cipher, you gain a 10% speed boost. Now what is this good for? This is good for like survivors. Well, not it's good for every survivors, but it's mainly good against hunters that rely a lot on map control, like, you know, pushing survivors out from one cipher to another. Right, so then this 10% decoding buff really does help, because like it helps against Clerk, it helps against Galatia, it helps against like all hunters, to be honest, because like even Bonbon, it even helps against Bonbon. When he throws the bomb and you can't decode, you gain that brewing effect during accelerated decoding. I believe that this is great overall. But like, if you want to get the maximum 10%, you need to make sure you don't decode for 10 seconds, or else, you know, if you stop at 7 seconds, it'll give you maximum 7%, 8 seconds, 8%, 9 seconds, 9%. That's really up to you. The con about this is it only activates during accelerated decoding, but accelerated decoding is 3 minutes 30, right? And that's when the hunter actually starts to, you know, try to map control instead of, you know, get the first down. So I think this is really good. Now then, one of the important things to know is that this does not work on exit gates. So when you're like not decoding, when you're on exit gates, it doesn't give you that 10% speed boost. Of course, that's because you're not decoding a cipher, and it only works on a cipher. So that's Brewing Effect. Let's move on to the next persona then, shall we? Okay, the next effect is going to be quite interesting. The new persona now is Muscle Memory, which has been replaced for the Palette Speed Boost Knee Jerk, if I'm not wrong. And then, what is Muscle Memory? Muscle Memory is basically a passive trait. The basic effect is your interaction speed when vaulting over pallets and window is increased by 5, 10, 15, or... and that's it, sorry, that's it. But here is a clip of mech vaulting side by side. Well, I mean, for all of you that knows, Mech got a recent buff that her vaulting debuff now is only 15% instead of 30%. So this works really well on Mech. But let me just show you a clip side by side. This is Mech with Muscle Memory as well, and alongside with the fact that her buff was here, and then the, let's say, the left hand side is the one where Mech has a 30% debuff. So just see, watch this. To be fair, that's quite good. There's no like slow mech vaulting anymore. So like, it really depends on you. I think this is really good, right? Like, if mech runs flywheel and she has it, she can definitely kite for a while. I mean, she doesn't have like knee jerk reflex for the pallet speed boost, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. She wouldn't get terror shocking this, and like a lot of mech mains won't be like, you know, afraid of hunters anymore after her buff. And then with Muscle Memory, it's gonna be really good. Now then, see this clip of Batter with Rage. Using the Muscle Memory. Now, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's that much of a difference, I know, but like, there is a difference. There's definitely a difference. If you slow it down on video, there's definitely is a difference, but I'm not gonna put it side to side. I'm not gonna put it side to side to basically do that. But there definitely is a difference for all of you batter mains who, you know how fast he vaults, of course. Then moving on to the next persona. Okay, next persona is going to be quite fun, because currently, because the pallet speed boost has been removed from its place, it has now merged with the broken windows, and now this new persona effect is called Knee Jerk Reflex. What is it? Basically, dash speed is increased by 50% over 3 seconds after vaulting a window, cooldown 40 seconds, and then dash speed is increased by 50% for 3 seconds after vaulting a pallet, cooldown is 40 seconds. So basically, it has merged. Broken windows and Knee Jerk Reflex has merged. So right now, if you bring this, that means you're going to be a very strong kiter, which I think is great. So now NetEase has decided to spread out, you know, kiter to kiter persona only, harasser to harasser persona only, you know, for people like, you know, Batter, Cowboy, Forward who want to bring flywheel, and then rescuers for tide only, yada yada yada. But as we can see on the bottom as well, the con for this is the cooldown of these two effects is calculated independently. If these effects are activated outside of Hunter's warning range, the movement speed boost is reduced to 25%. Now you may be wondering, hey, this is a bit unfair. A little bit, but you need to consider the fact that you vault faster now, and you know, you can make a huge, like, imagine you see the hunter from far away and the hunter's gonna chase you. Like, you take a padded speed boost and then like you gain 20 seconds free. You gain 20 seconds kite for free because you know you have those two effects. Imagine using those two side by side, like 50% for 3 seconds and then 50% for another 3 seconds, one pallet, one window. That is the only reason why NetEase decided to nerf this if you're outside of the hunter's warning range, which I think is fair because now you have muscle memory, right? So then like you wouldn't get terror shock that much, you wouldn't really have to worry about terror shocking as much, and like over the window hit for hunters it's gonna be barely possible now because of that. So yeah, I think this is pretty fair. You can put your comments down below if you have other opinions, but personally I think it's pretty fair. I think it's pretty fair because like you wouldn't really vault a window, vault a pallet if the hunter isn't really near you to use your speed boost. So yeah, that's basically what I think. And then the next persona, this is actually, I think this is actually a really good persona, and I think every survivor should be bringing it. It's called mutual support. Mutual support is basically when you and an injured survivor are not being pursued, you can see each other. Basically that means you have to be injured along with the other survivor. So like this, I think this is really good overall for, you know, two survivors. Like, you know, randoms, they won't pin to say, oh please heal me, so then like it's a bit annoying. But like with this, if you're injured and the other rescuer is injured, you two can heal each other. Now the only con to this is both of you have to be injured. If both of you are not injured, it will not be outlined, right? But in this video right here, as you can see, Mercenary has been outlined for me because I am also injured. If I am not injured, it will not be outlined. Just saying. Now then, moving on to the next persona. Now the next one we will have is Telepathy. Telepathy is basically all survivors are shown for 5 seconds for every 40 seconds when the exit gate is activated. I think this is great. I genuinely think this is great, especially for randoms as well. They know where you are for every 40 seconds, especially with the fact that, you know, borrow time is 120 second speed boost with your movement speed, right? So then you get 3 of this notification, so then you'll know where your randoms or where your teammates are kiting during that time. I think 40 seconds is, I think it's balanced if it's 40 seconds. But I also think that maybe 30 seconds is okay-ish to a certain degree, but 40 seconds is definitely very good. As you can see here as well, the survivors are outlined to me for every 40 seconds for 5 seconds. Moving on, we will have Companion Effect. Companion Effect is available after you pressed in your Telepathy, after you get your perk 1 for Telepathy. So what is Companion Effect? Companion Effect is a passive trait. After being pursued from a rocket chair, you will receive a 35% movement speed boost for 2 seconds. This is not bad, right? Because like, you need to think about it this way. A lot of survivors, when they get rescued from chair, it's either that they're in such a bad position that they can't rotate to rebound kite, or their randoms are just really bad, right? They don't body block when it's needed. So I think this is great. Against, with randoms, I think this helps a lot, but with your team, I don't think this is necessary, but it's always a good perk to use. So yeah, here's a video of that happening right here. So you see my movement sweep off, it just came out, and then the movement sweep off is gone. And then last but not least, we have Herd Behavior. Herd Behavior has been replaced by Distress. Now what is Herd Behavior? Herd Behavior is a passive trait with 1 perk only. Its basic effect is after being pursued by the hunter for over 5 seconds. If you leave the hunter's warning range, the hunter outline will be shown to all survivors for 5 seconds. The cooldown is 80 seconds. And then this effect the hunter will be immune to this effect for 30 seconds after their outline disappears. This is a must. This is an S tier persona. I suggest everyone bring this. This is gonna be so good against your randoms, because like, this is like a free TME. Right? Imagine your first chase was Mercenary. And then like the hunter's like, nah, I don't want to chase mercenary because 99% of the time the hunter doesn't want to chase mercy. And then the hunter rotates to a certain direction. Mercy says your hunter has changed targets. The hunter has me at 9.5 seconds. Jesus, that's free time for you to like rotate. And which is why knee-jerk reflex has been debuffed. This is one of the main reasons. But yeah, this is great overall. Do bring it, my lord, do bring it. And of course, as you can see on the persona tree right here, Cold Look has been moved down to the what again? To the Tie Turner web, so it's 6 for this one. I usually use Cold Look a lot for, you know, Seer and Prisoners, but sadly I can't use it anymore. But you know what, overall these persona are still one of the best I think out there. Heartbeat is still there. Like Exapad is still a persona, but like we're just waiting on them to change it. We just don't know when, but they did say that they will change it. And of course that is all the time I have for today. This is the new Survivor persona analysis and introductory for everyone. I basically give my own opinion. You can give your opinion on the comments down below, but I will see you all in the Hunters 1 for the next video. Bye bye for now. Good day, good night, sugar buns.